Let's get ready to rumble. That's right. You are now rocking with the best. This is Coach K. We're doing the astrology tonight. This is Encore 2, and we're going to be covering the planets. We're going to be covering the planets. Last night we did the houses. Tonight we're doing the planets. Tomorrow we'll be doing the signs and showing you how to bring it all together. Thank you for joining me, especially on the replay. I'm going to start with the sun right off the bat, just like immediately. So I'm going to show you about the sun cycles, and this will get you warmed up, and then we're going to go directly into the program for tonight. All right, let's get it started. Be right back. Peace. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, family? How y'all feeling tonight? This is Coach Khayr, and of course, you know you are still rocking with the best. Let me get my hair out of the way because the questions that you all started asking last night, I said, boy, tomorrow's gonna be something. You know, I gotta give a shout out. How can I get the link to the meditation? Immediately, somebody is asking, like, where's the meditation? You know what? I like stuff like that. So I believe in giving people what they want. For those of you who just got here, there's a link to the meditation. If you have already tuned in, you know that I'm always giving away freebies, especially for people who are on time. And it's 9/11. Yeah, I like that. We started class tonight talking about the sun cycles, because I wanted to talk about and just show you like how the sun moves throughout the year. And I know yesterday, some people, like, I got long-winded again. I wanted to keep it at 60 minutes, and some people left. I got to turn my hourglass over so I can keep up with it tonight. I don't like to have the noise. I'm old school. So I gave away the meditation on Sunday. I gave away the meditation last night. And this is just to let you know, this is to set the tempo, set the mood. I want to give you things. I want you to have things. I want to add value to your life. And I want to let you know that I'm a meditator. I'm a meditator who teaches astrology. I teach Tai Chi. I coach relationships, money, like mindsets, all types of things. Really want to get to the kids, but I wanted to start with everybody downloading the meditation. So if you just click on the free download button, it'll take you right there. Please just bookmark it right now. You don't have to download it immediately. Just like click it and just let it sit there, and then, you know, come back to it later. Let me give a shout out to everybody who's already in the building. Big shouts out to Lori. Big shouts out to Karen. What's up, Kathy? How you doing, Anthony? What's up, Pamela? Ashley is back. Tina's in the building. What's happening, Latoya? Hey, Nita. Hey, Tina. What's up, William? Rahubat Darwin. Rohan is back in the building. Cheryl, you back? Get out the box. TV is in the building. I got something. I got to pause right here. I got to go get this. Hopefully this works. Let me see. I got something for Get Out the Box TV, because he's really, the brother's really been putting in some work, and I hope, I had something for you, but, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was trying, I'm sorry. Well, I'm just gonna give you the ovation right now, because it's my man Jason. Everybody, please go over to getouttheboxtv.com. This brother's doing some serious and major work. He did a lot to help put this together. So I definitely want to give him some shouts and say I really appreciate him. I love that brother, what he's doing. He got some powerful, powerful stuff. I got to hurry up and get me another t-shirt because it's too hot for the sweatshirts. So back to my shout outs. Omi Funke is in the building. Raymond, how are you? Falona, you're back again tonight. I want to see your notes. Laura, Deborah, Tanya, hey Cheryl, Toure, Andrea is back. Adrian is in the building. Ashley is in the building. Tara's in the building. Smooth Lyrics is in the building. Oh, we had a good session this morning. Aramesia, you have your hand raised. I don't know, like, I'm not bringing in co-hosts, but if somebody has a camera tonight, at the end, I really want to bring somebody on to get some feedback, like a virtual live feedback. Ro Amari is in the building. Kat is in the building. Jeremy Henderson is in the building, and Nicole is in the building so far. So I want to just thank all of you for, you know, taking the time out to come on in the building, and I'm ready to get started, okay? So first things first, turn off your cell phones. Let me see your hands. Show me your hands. Let me see the back of your hand that you don't have any cell phones in your hands. They're on vibrate or turned all the way off. You have doors closed. See how my door is closed? You have all of your tabs closed. I suggest that you do not try to watch this in Internet Explorer. It's not the coolest thing. I highly suggest that you use Safari or use Firefox. I don't even really like Chrome too much, but if you're watching this in Explorer and you're having some problems, it's probably why. So close down everything else. If you're on Wi-Fi, please ask other people in the house who may be using the Wi-Fi to like, don't do any streaming because they'll pull from the bandwidth. So I want you to be able to see everything that's going on. You don't have any problems. If you do have a problem, you're going to have to refresh. All right. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to watch it without the chat room. But hopefully we're going to make sure we get about 98% of people who Get Out the Box TV. We need you to put your domain name in there. I see Get Out the Box all the time. Get Out Box TV.com. I'll post it. No, I don't. So one thing about me, let me tell you how Coach does his stuff. I'm not always looking on the chat room to see what everybody's talking about. Okay? So if you need to send a message, you need to mark it as, hit the little button that says mark as a question. So I'll notice it in my field of vision. All right? So no distractions, no people, pen and paper. Let's focus. All right? Sunday we covered everything. We covered how the university is made up of houses, and the houses are the classrooms. Last night we went through how we took a tour of the campus. How about that? We took a tour of the campus, and you saw what each house and classroom was representing through the slideshow, right? So we went through 145 slides yesterday. That was crazy. I don't have as many tonight, but we're going to have more conversation, right? Because I think you're going to get it. We have less planets than we do houses. So some planets are in more than one house. So be ready to take notes, because I want you to be writing things down, because you activate 10,000 neurons when you write. When you type, you're only activating 2,000 neurons. So I'm trying to get you to operate 10,000 versus 2,000. Is everybody cool with that? All right. You're welcome for the meditation. I'm glad Cheryl likes it. Kathy says she meditates every day. Right. Is there any special position to sit in during the meditation? No. And download it. All that's in the video. Okay. So let's get started, okay? So we went through the houses, and we're going to go through the planets. And we're going to go through them in order that the planets appear, not in the houses that they occupy. But I will tell you what planets naturally occupy the houses when we get to that slide, okay? So if you want to just draw the symbol in the house and the name under it, or you can draw the name and the symbol beside it and write the house, and then come back and put it in later, all right? I think that it depends on what works for you. I don't really like to say, you got to do it like this and you got to do it like this. I don't want you to be confused. So let's just do it the way that you're the most comfortable, all right? Y'all know I like talking with my hands and stuff and using my hands. Then, tonight we'll probably start getting more into the board. Now, one of my mentors was like, take the planets out. I'm not taking the planets out. Because remember last night we talked about what the houses were. So you see the first house? See right there where it says first house? So you know, everybody should know what the keywords are for the first house. Well, tonight we're going to look at the planets that are in the first house. This is the three-dimensional. The planets are in the houses. See that? The planet is in that house. That's my first house. When it turns, what is that? The second house. And I have 3 planets in the second house. 1, 2, 3. See why I like this board? It's really cool. The green planets are mine. The blue planets are the transits. I guess I could take those out. I will. I will say, even though this company is not paying me to talk about their board, boy, you learn fast when you have one of these, okay? I'll have to get one, but I will pass out the link later. All right, let's get started with some planets, all right? Cool with it. Is everybody ready? Oh, well, you know, I want to also like to do a poll, find out how everybody got here. How did you hear about this astrology webinar? I just taking a quick head count. How did you hear about it? Did you hear about it through Get Out the Box TV, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter? Did you get an email from Coach? Did somebody forward you an email? You were here on Sunday, or you were here on Sunday or yesterday and you're back for more. Click on that one. Or you random and you're just glad you're here. Let me know how you found out about this webinar tonight, please. So get your clicks. And remember, when you get your subscription, please join the Coach Khayr subscription list, because I have other courses that my new assistant is over there creating right now. Some products and some things and some classes that are going to be amazing. So if you want to stay in touch with this type of information, the way I teach, everything won't be on the webinar either. A lot of people sent me a message and said, when we do the astrology class, will it be on the webinar? No, it won't. No. The course will be private. Is Moon Magic held on the webinar? No, it's private. It's a private member area for Moon Magic 28. And by the way, I need to give you the codes. Keep 50. Remember I gave you the codes yesterday? I'm giving them back to you again. Keep 50, keep 51, and keep 100. Make sure you keep those, write those down, because you may need them. Let's get started. Thanks everybody for filling out the poll. All right, of course, you know that if you're following Coach Khayr on Facebook, please, you can follow me at Khayr Love, but I'm trying to move people over to my fan page, Coach Khayr. All of these slides are already uploaded there. And I had to go last minute because I didn't want anybody trying to sneak over there and see what we were doing, right? So don't try to sneak over. I see somebody's already liking the photos already. So we're going to start with the sun tonight because it's the largest planet in the zodiac. And if you want to go to sunsigns.org and look at their information, you want to take notes on almost anything you see. Because if I got this from sunsigns.org, you can get more information there. You want to go over there and get keywords. Don't think because you're a Capricorn, you know everything about a Capricorn. The sun is it's like our in ancient Egypt. And without them, there would be no life on planet Earth. Point blank, period. So when people say, oh, they worship the sun like he was a god, in some way he is. So the sun's the closest to us, and it gives us all of our vitality. It helps all of the photosynthesis with all the plants. that give us oxygen. So no photosynthesis, no oxygen, no human beings. So that's how vital the sun is to us and life on planet Earth. There's another really, really cool picture. People have been talking about the sun like for decades and decades. And this is what it looks like on the chart. So if you want to use this symbol to draw inside of your chart, this is the sun. And when you're looking at it, you should be able to look at your chart and say, oh, the sun's in this house. The sun's in the third house or the second house or the fifth house or wherever it's at. You should be able to look and see this symbol and know that's it. The sun gives you personality. The sun is what makes you the way you are. And your rising sign. So you get the rising sign and your sun sign. So actually when you talk to people, you can say, hi. They say, what's your sign? The correct answer would be, I'm a Virgo rising with a Taurus sun. You should tell somebody your rising sign first and then tell them what the sun is, because they're looking at the body of the car, and then you tell them about the engine, what you got under the hood. I got this under the hood. So that's your personality. The sun is that vitality and it's willpower. So you notice you saw this last night for the houses, right? Because the sun is the ruler of the fifth house naturally and the sign of Leo. Pow. The sun is the natural ruler of the fifth house, and it's all about ruling Leo. So it's the willpower. Next, we're going to the moon. I'm going to try to go through these kind of quick so you can give me a lot of Q&A tonight, okay? The next symbol is the moon. So when you see this symbol on the chart, you know that it's the moon. Now the moon rules the fourth house and rules Cancer. It rules the fourth house and rules Cancer. Or it's naturally at home in the fourth. That's his home. That's my house. I like the fourth house. Chilling. So we know that if the moon is there, the moon is all about magic. So any of the key words that you wrote for the houses last night goes for the same planet. The sun in the fifth house. Fun, children, casual sex, I love myself, all of that. That's what the sun represents. You can use those same keywords for the fifth house for the sun. The same keywords you use for the fourth house, you can use for the moon. All right? So that's your magic. It's also your mother. And I thought I had a picture of the mother loaded into my slides. But it's also your mama and the house you grew up in, the history. Next is the planet Mercury. Mercury, and man, there's so much going on with this symbolic breakdown of this that even when we look at the sun, I just want to go back for a second. You see, that's like life force. It's like a nipple. Everybody tries to say, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Well, that's where you get your nourishment from. The nipple right in the middle of the breast, the sun. The moon is very supportive. Doesn't look like it's going to hold you like your mother, like it will rock you. Well, look at Mercury. At the very top, you see the moon on top. Then you see the sun in the middle. And then you see, as above, so below. You see the cross connecting underneath. Some people see Venus and see the moon on top. But I see the moon, I see the sun, and then I see X marks the spot, which is where the heaven comes down and meets with the earth. The horizontal is the earth, and the vertical is the heaven coming down. This is a symbol for Mercury. So you should be able to see this in the chart. And this is also third house. Third house, Gemini. This is the third house. It rules the third house. And it's all about what? Speaking, communicating, expressing yourself. That is Mercury. Next is the planet Venus. Ooh, I love this one. Now, Venus has two houses. Venus rules the second house, and it rules the seventh house, Taurus and Libra. This is the symbol that you will be looking for on your chart to say, hey, that's Venus. And Venus is the love planet. It's all about the relationships. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Just you know, it's super personal. All right. Money, romance, and finance. You can definitely put Venus down with romance and finance. Oh, and you know, there's the peacock. If that's not the vainest animal on planet Earth, because Libra is the vainest sign. I told y'all that. I told that on the Ampoule show the other night. But Libra is ruled by Venus, and they just want somebody to look at them. Look at me. It's two different dynamics too, because that's a Venus air in Libra in the seventh house and a Venus Earth in the second house. So they're related, but they're but they're different, right? Because the second house wants it to be in my pocket, where the seventh house is more, let me put it in my head. You know, I'm looking good. I want you to check me out. And so that's Venus. When you see Venus, you're talking about Superfly. You see the color green, right? Next is the planet Mars. That arrow is for penetrating. Let me get this party started right. Come on now, quickly. Mars is all about moving, getting into action. He's the warrior. The color is red. And this is what he looks like. Mars is the first house, which is Aries, and he's also the eighth house, 1 and 8, right? So if you see Mars in your chart in the first house or the eighth house, know that he's so comfortable there. Any of these planets that are in their natural house, they do so much. They do so much good work in their own houses. So we see the sun in the fifth house, the moon in the fourth house in your chart. When you see Mercury in the third house, when you see Venus in the second or the seventh, or if you see Mars in the first or the eighth, that planet is like, I say, play to that strength. Don't overdo it though, because you have to see who is he keeping company with. Now, what's the root word of martial arts? Mars. And then what do most martial artists have? Some of them? Weapons. And then you see the cousin. The sun is fire, Mars is fire. And they're out there with their weapons, which goes back to the first house, as we talked about last night, the guns, the firepower, the 72114s. That is all about what Mars is representing. I could have put knives up here too. Anything that's got something to do with blood and cutting. This will cut you. He's got something that'll cut you. He'll penetrate and break some skin and draw some blood. All right, that's Mars. Next is my man Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is all about, this is what I look like, but he's all about expansion. He wants you to say, hey, I'm also the guru. He's the teacher. And what house is that? Jupiter is in the ninth. Not in the ninth, but he's home in the ninth. So if you have Jupiter in the ninth, you can definitely looking for expanding of your teaching skills. You might be a doctor, or you might teach at a university, or you may be in the streets always. You should go back to school. If you have Jupiter in the ninth house, you're supposed to stay in school. That should be like a job. You should be like 30 and getting out of school with like a PhD and a half. Next is Saturn. And Saturn is all about rules, regulations, and restrictions. Saturn is also associated with, what else did they get from the word Saturn? What words can you get from Saturn? if he's rules, regulations, and restrictions, and I do want, and when you download the workbook, matter of fact, let me put the workbook up right in the middle of, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come back to the workbook. When you download the workbook, I want you to trace all of these symbols. You're going to draw these symbols out, activating those 10,000 neurons. But the word Saturn, because that's the planet, Saturn rules the 10th house. 10th house is all about utilizing, working, hard worker, iron. Most of these things are made of metal. Hammers are made of metal, the wrench is made of metal, and that ruler sometimes, even if it's flexible, is still metal. That's an earth. That 10th house is an earth house. It's the last earth house too. And that's Saturn. And Santa Claus. Santa came from the word Saturn. Right. Remember the song? He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Saturn is coming to town. Now, if there's anyone in here who is between the ages of 25 and 30, you need to be researching Saturn return. If between the ages of 28 and 30, and you just came through it, you want to know what happened, like, oh my God, what was that? I got married, I got divorced, I had a child, my life changed. You might want to go back and look at Saturn return. They happen every 29 years. A big old Santa Claus is coming to town, and that's why your parents be just trying to bluff you into doing the right thing, because that's what Saturn wants you to do. Saturn is like, man, put the work in and just do what's right. Do what's right, because when I come in, you ain't getting no presents if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But guess what else comes from the word Saturn and Santa? And he's red too. Look at this guy, Satan, the mythological Satan. This joker here, because all he wants to do is, your parents use, or the preacher uses Satan to scare you. If you don't follow the rules, you're gonna go to hell and get with Satan. No, if you don't follow the rules, you're going to see Saturn. That's what's going to happen. He's the disciplinarian. That's all. Satan ain't bad. You just want to have a good time all the time. You don't want to listen to anybody. So Satan is restricting your fun, right? Well, if you party with him, then, you worshiping Satan. Man, listen, if you a real satanic worshiper, you're really saying that you worship the planet Saturn. So when you look at somebody and they're trying to say, I'm a satanic worshiper, I believe in the devil, just laugh and say, okay, whatever. Because this came before that and came before that. And when he came, he brought that, the rule book. These are the rules. Capricorns is always on some rules. I don't blame them though. But when you try to get around it, oh man. And it's very important that you look and see what house Saturn is in your chart. So it's the natural ruler of the 10th house, but where is it? Okay, and I'm gonna go through these planets. That's probably be in the Q&A. Next is Uranus, because I don't want to talk about Uranus. I'm going to say Uranus. The planet Uranus, this is what it looks like. And you notice that on the sides, you see these two crescent moons. And then once again, here's the as above, so below. This is earth, this is heaven. Here's the sun again. Lots of symbols going on. This is what it looks like. It can look like this in your chart as well. This is all about being unpredictable. This is respect the unexpected. Respect the unexpected. Yes, and it rules Aquarius, and it's also the 11th house. That's why we say, remember the 11th house was also what? Explosions. Just blew up. Wow. I don't know why people are always talking about Geminis, because Aquarius is a higher vibration of Gemini. Gemini may think a lot, but boy, not like an Aquarius. So you're looking at Uranus as a higher vibration of the planet Mercury. All right. It's a lot further out. It moves a lot slower. And I say that everybody from Saturn on out are gangsters. Like Jupiter's like the first gangster because he's so big, but everybody else is not in a rush. So that's like what gangsters do. They're not in a hurry to like let you influence them or anything like that. Neptune. Neptune is your spiritual grandmother. Spiritual grandmother. And she rules the 12th house. And we saw all those things about the 12th house. This is the water sign. You see a lot when you see these gods from the water, and they're holding up their spears or amulets, and it has the symbol of Neptune. You see so many statues, like in Washington D.C., Philadelphia, Chicago, California, everywhere, all through ancient Greece. They're holding up, this sign. But this is all about your spirituality. There's a cloudy planet. They really don't have a clear shot of Neptune, because by the time they get out there and then they got to send the pictures back, it doesn't work like 4G or like on the telephone. Like that signal has to get all the way back from Neptune. It's like it took the ship years to get to Neptune to take the pictures, or satellite years to get all the way out there with the Hubble telescope to just look, and then takes a little while before the pictures can get back to Earth. So they really don't have like a clear shot of the planet Neptune. It's all about fantasies and imagination. Once again, you see these same pictures that we brought back from the houses last night. So Neptune is, those random thoughts and religions. So don't get all upset about somebody doing a religion that you're not doing. You should get deeper into your spirituality and control your thoughts. And that's how you use Neptune. It's the I believe planet. That's Neptune. Escape, imagination, creativity, wonder, limitless possibilities, the movies, all of that is Neptune. Oh, and you know what that is? Secrets. What? He said you want to do what to? Oh, that's Neptune. All about whispering those secrets. Now, it could be a fantasy because she could be pretending, because Neptune will pretend on you. So you have to watch it. All right. And then Pluto. Man, oh man, oh man. Now look, you see the sun, you see the crescent moon, and then you see heaven and earth connecting. Pluto is that transformer. Pluto can look like this, or it can look like this. Whichever one you feel comfortable drawing. I like to draw this one because it's faster with the pen stroke. But if you want to do it another way, because Pluto is also surgery, either one of these is fine with me. Pluto is surgery. It's everything that was in the 8th house. Going deep, cutting you open. Mars is in the 8th house. Mars and Pluto, that's some action. Now, what is this right here? My nephew came over one day and he was looking at my astrology board. He was like, "Uncle, these are headphones." And I was like, he said, "Are these speakers or headphones?" And I said, "Man, I never thought of it like that. But this is your north node, or the true node. And yes, you should be listening to the true node. Put them on your ears and listen, because it's your GPS. It's telling you what your spiritual destiny is." I start all of my readings with the spiritual destiny, because if you don't know where you're going, why are you worried about the planets? I could have started with this, because the North Node is not necessarily a planet, but you get it on all of your astrological charts, except for the app that I use, AstroTab. That's an app on my phone. It doesn't tell you the North Node, but everybody else, like Astro, Alebe, Cafe Astrology, wherever you're getting your charts from, all of them show you the North Node. And this is about what you're supposed to be doing this lifetime. Some people call it Kabbalistic astrology. And you can just go get the book called Kabbalistic Astrology, like I have it, and it's all about the North Node and looking at the North Node and the South Node. And for me, it's just very important because you were a spirit before you had a physical body, and your spirit is going to outlast your physical body. So study that, then come in with the planets and say, okay, this is what they want, or this is what they're doing, this is what they're teaching, this is what they're reminding me. But you need to know what the game plan is, what the map is. Like, I'm going to go, what does this say, 20 meters? Look at the bottom on here. You see 1.6 kilometers, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. You're going to veer to the right up here in 20 meters, 40 kilometers in 2 minutes. This is showing you up here that you're going to make another right when you get up here. So this is like really important to keep up with your GPS. And it's your destiny. It's your spiritual destiny. I know this looks bleak, but guess what? You have to do the opposite of what you've already mastered to get where you're going. Let me repeat that. You have to do the opposite of what you've already mastered to get where you are going. And so what is it that I've already mastered, Kai, if I want to get to my destiny? This right here, the headphones turned upside down. This is the South Node. Most charts do not show you the South Node. They only show you the North Node. But what you do is, wherever the North Node is, it is the exact opposite sign and opposite degree of your North Node. That's it. So the South Node is personal poisons and your karmic past. I don't know that I have, and it's your rearview mirror. Woohoo! It's what's behind you. You can check in your rearview mirror, but you don't need to live your life looking in your rearview mirror. Oh man, I got a whole story about this right here. That's when we put the houses and the houses and the planets together, or the houses and the positions, because my South Node, which is my personal poison, is in my first house. My house of personality contains my personal poisons. It contains the things that I've mastered. When people meet me, they're looking at my personal poisons, and they're looking at what I already have a mastery of. So I've mastered the details. But the opposite of that, my North Node, my spiritual destiny, is in Pisces, on the other side of the chart. And Pisces is all about spirituality. And I only want the high end of Pisces. I'm not interested in the drugs anymore, but I was into the drugs for a long time. And I was doing it perfectly. So I was living on the line, but I was perfectly living in the lower end of what my destiny was. What a paradox. Next, this is Chiron, C-H-I-R-O-N. C-H-I-R-O-N. We call it the wounded healer, Chiron. That's where it is, the wound that you got when you were little. It's something that you suffered from when you were little, and you must heal from it. That's why I always start from the North Node, I start with the South Node. In all my reading, I start with the South Node, then I go to the North Node, because when you find out what it is that you've been doing in your South Node, and you've been living in your rearview mirror, this will leave a lot of scar tissue. So your childhood is also in your past. So then I know what I have to heal from, and then when I heal from that, you know what I do then? I'm qualified to help other people. Whether I'm carrying them, helping them up, pulling them up, holding the umbrella above their heads, pulling them up the hill, giving them a ride, whatever. Now I'm qualified to do those things because I help myself. Now, it doesn't mean lean on your own understanding. Y'all know I'm totally against that. But whatever you got to do, somebody's helping you, then you need to turn around and help somebody else. That's how you get the full benefit from your Chiron. Bam. Questions, comments, and concerns. Hit me with that first question. Well, I got to ask y'all a question first. I want to know, was any of this, has that been helpful? I want to see if I get any I don't understands going on tonight. I want to know, yes, that was helpful, somewhat. I hope I get all 100%. I hope I get all yeses. If I don't, then I want to know who. I want to hear from the somewhats too. I want to hear from the somewhats, and I want to hear from the I don't understands. I want you to tell me in the chat room and hit the button as a question. What is it, or why is it just a somewhat? And help me so I can help you and try to clear it up. What sign is Jupiter? Jupiter is Sagittarius. Excuse me. Good question, Katie. Not return of Saturn, but Saturn return. Tina, don't be concerned. I don't want you to I want you to say, I'm going to pay more attention to it. Because your planets, excellent question. I want Tina to answer this. This was great. Let me post this question. What does it mean when your South Node, Chiron, and Jupiter is all in the 12th house? This is concerning me. It shouldn't concern you. What does it mean, Tina, when you have 4 teachers in one classroom? Because the South Node is a teacher, Chiron's a teacher, and Jupiter's a teacher. And they're all in the 12th classroom. And Andrea, that's fine that you're not confident that you can read your chart. You've only been to 3 classes. You've only been to 3 classes, and you keep coming back. So you have to practice. I'm going to, trust me, come back tomorrow. I'm going to show you. But we're just breaking it all down tonight. This is the breakdown. I'm not trying to put it all together. I want you to get it and come back tomorrow. I want you to sleep on it. I want you to study your homework. Everybody's had homework every night. Oh, thank you, Laura. Val, it's okay that you're late. Do the planets being inner and outer mean anything? I don't know what you mean, Raymond. What you mean, inner or outer? If anybody wants to do Q&A now who has a camera, there's a little button on there that you can just request, or you can just put it in the chat and say, I have a camera and I want to ask my question live. I told you, if you bring your camera, we'll get busy. I also want to big shout out. If anybody's interested in doing webinars, this is the camera that I have, the Logitech C920. This is probably the best thing popping today. The 930 you could get, that's like the newer version, but this camera will last me like 5 years. Right. It's portable, PC, Mac, no software to upload, just plug and play. Does everything. And I hope it's crystal clear. The sign for Neptune. Tina, this means that you have 3 teachers. So the characteristics of Chiron is teaching the personal wounded, the wounded healer. The South Node are your personal poisons. And Jupiter is, I will expand everything. I'm the guru. I'm expanding things. So when you put that together, his expansiveness of your personal poisons and the wounded healer means you have to work extra hard to get to your North Node, which is in your, that's in your 6th house. So what is the 6th house all about? This is a good question, because if you know where the North Node is at, You need to get your planets to drive you towards that. I'm concerned that you're not necessarily looking at the sixth house. Stop looking at things as what's the worst thing that could happen. That's another reason I'm teaching this class, because I'm sick and tired of astrologers always being doomsday astrologers. They get on my last nerve, and my rule is no whining and complaining. So I'm really sick of them though. And that ain't whining or complaining, that's just the facts. Oh my God, look what's gonna happen to you because you have all this in the 12th house. You got a reading somewhere before, didn't you? And they tried to scare you. Let me put another poll up in here real quick. Let me poll the room. Let me poll the room real quick. I want to see something about what is your level of experience with astrology? What's been going on with you? Do you get readings on the regular? Have you had readings before? I want to know. What's the sign for Neptune? I have Chiron in the 11th house. I need a little bit more clarification. Adrian, did you come to class last night? The 11th house is what? I know. Chiron, when you want a little bit more information, you're going to go to Google and type in Chiron in the 11th. I'm going to go to Google. Watch this. This is strictly, I'm going to get Adrian here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show everybody how to answer the questions first. Let's do Katie first. Katie says, yo, what's the sign for Neptune? Let me show you how I answer that. Oh man, I want to know the symbol for Neptune. I go over to Google. I type in Neptune symbol. I don't even have to hit enter. There it is. That's the symbol for Neptune. Bam. This class is reading your chart and using the computer. I'm bringing it together. Who's next? I have Chiron in the 11th house. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tina said, I got the South Node, Chiron, and Jupiter in the 12th house. Watch this. Like, you can start reading your astrology chart right now. You go up here and you say South Node, 12th house. Look at that. The nodes. Now, this is the nodes of the moon. I don't know if I trust this one. Let me look for you. This is Cafe Astrology. The nodes of the moon in astrology. Because the North Node is associated with the moon, yes. So I would just scroll down here till I get to North Node in Virgo or North Node in the 6th house. Here we go. With the North Node in Virgo, our South Node is in Pisces. With the North Node in the 6th house, our South Node is in the 12th house. Anonymous. All of this is together. And people try to make it so confusing. Did you find what you were looking for? We're looking for South Node in the 12th house. Look what they gave us though. They gave us all of that. A tendency to avoid dealing with details and practicalities of everyday life, to lead a rather haphazard and unorganized existence, to avoid formulating clear goals and to put too much faith in a grand plan. You shouldn't be concerned. You should be reading this. Then you get here and say, our goal should be to establish limits for others and ourselves, to develop a more focused mind and orderliness that will empower us with confidence in ourselves and our lives, to develop systems that will help us be more productive, and to pay attention to deadlines, details, and rules that enrich our lives. By structuring our lives, we'll be able to come closer to achieving our dreams. You know what? Look at this. Let me show you how you see that? Look how big I'm making this. Why? Because I'm trying to make a point. Focus on what they're telling you. Here's the warning. Well, here's the remedy. Focus on this. What should your goal be? To establish limits for others and myself. What's another goal? To develop a more focused mind and orderliness that will empower us with confidence in myself and my life. Let's reread it. To develop a more focused mind and orderliness that will empower me with confidence in my life. I need to develop a system that will help me to be more productive. And I need to pay attention to deadlines, details, and rules that will enrich my life. By structuring my life, I will be able to come closer to achieving my dreams. Like, don't get all caught up in this. Winging life is fine to an extent, but without clear goals and some orderliness, we can easily feel like we are not in control of our lives. You know what you need? You should, as soon as you read that and it says I need some goals, you should be like, you know what? I'm going to get on this moonmagic28.info. I'm going over here and sign up immediately. Oh, and we're opening back up today. Tonight, Moon Magic is opening. Registration is opening. The course doesn't start to the 11th. I'd come right here, sign up, get you a month at $125, put the keep 50 in and save, put $50 in your pocket and try you a month of Moon Magic for $100. If you're ready to subscribe, you just click right here for your subscription. Boom, it's $100 a month. You'll be in for 6 months. I'm not really trying to even sell the package. I'm just telling you what you need. It just told you, you need a system without clear goals and some orderliness. Oh, okay. What does that mean? I need some confidence. See that keyword? I need some confidence. I need to develop a system. So that's really, if you're on the call tonight, oh man, look at this poll. You took a course and have a teacher and you study a lot. Wait a minute. I got to put this up first. Please download the Moon Magic curriculum. It's free. Please download the Moon Magic curriculum. Thank you all for letting me know who was in the room. I'm a baby and stuff, and I'm still here. Up, 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 up. So this was for Tina. Tina, if you have Chiron in the 12th, then you're probably already in Moon Magic. If this is the Tina I'm thinking about, then you're in the right place. So you shouldn't be concerned. You should be happy because you're in the right place. Okay, who's next? What's the sign for Neptune? I showed you how to get that. Chiron in the 11th, I need a bit more clarification. Okay, no problem. Let me show you how to find it. Let me show you the power. Go over here and you're looking for Chiron in the 11th. Chiron, 11th house. Look, when I hit the 1, it was already there. That means 88,000 results. 88,000 results. People are looking for Chiron lessons. Chiron in the 11th. Chiron in the 11th. That's the top 4. Chiron in the houses. Ooh, not a video. Come on now. So say you don't want to read. Just come over here and check this dude out.
Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Chiron in the 11th house in the natal horoscope. As most of you know, Chiron is associated with the wounded healer. We look at this as a placement where we might have some difficulty in our lives, but we often can accentuate and emphasize this with others. I think a lot of this is attributed to overcompensation due to the fact that we help others so much in this aspect or department of that person, others' lives, that we often neglect this for ourselves.
Bam! See that? Oh, you see what I did? I didn't take you over to the screen. I apologize. Boom, boom. You were listening, but I'm sorry.
Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Chiron in the 11th house in the natal horoscope. As most of you know, Chiron is associated with the wounded healer. We look at this as a placement where we might have some difficulty in our lives, but we often can accentuate and emphasize this with others. I think a lot of this is attributed to overcompensation due to the fact that we help others so much in this aspect or department of that person, others' lives, that we often neglect this for ourselves.
That was 39 seconds. That's 39 seconds. That's somebody who studies astrology. Look, Take this. That's the link. Boom. So you see how this works. If you want to use Google, use it. Use YouTube. Everybody, yo, and get different perspectives. I'm just trying to make it comfortable for you. Got kids with me and they're concerned about how this will help them because they'll know their spiritual destiny. They'll know that their father can get out of their face. They can pull up a chart and say, Dad, my North Node is in Sagittarius. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You help me. Children, if you're watching, find your North Node, go on Google, look it up, and then you tell your parents, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm here to do. Because your parents sometimes will get lazy and they'll try to raise you out of their fears. And for you parents who are raising children out of your fears and not looking at a simple astrological chart to find out what they're supposed to be doing, shame on you. I want to say something else, but now I know that children are watching, so I have to be really nice. So parents, have you looked at your child's North Node lately? This is how it's going to help you. Don't look at your father and your father say, I don't want you to be a doctor. I want you to make some money and I don't want you to end up like me. You say, good, Dad, I'm going to study astrology. I know what I want for Christmas, Daddy. Daddy, I want this one or the orange one. Can you get me this right here? Yeah, I make better grades, Dad. Dad, I start building pyramids, Dad. Dad, when we had pyramids, when we had astrology, when they taught us astrology before, we built pyramids. I'll be able to know what squares and trines are, Dad. I'll read your chart for you. Dad, I can do your retirement program. Mom, listen, I can get this done. I got all the time in the world. I'm in school. I got plenty of time. I ain't doing nothing but playing video games. This is, like, you can buy 4 of these for the price of an Xbox. Cut it out, parents. I hope that was a good answer for the kids that are watching. This shouts out to my fam over there in Nashville. Yeah. This is not 13 moon astrology. No, it's not. Excellent question. You know why it's not 13 moon astrology? Not that I don't believe in it. I don't study it. I don't study the 13 signs. I know of them. I want to go on the record and say this too. Nobody discovered a 13th sign. Nobody discovered a 13th sign, okay? They didn't. They did not discover a 13th sign. It was already there. A group of old, bald-headed white men were in a room and they voted to talk about this. Let's now consider it as a 13th sign. It's been there as long as all the other signs, okay? And I use 12 and I use tropical system because I'm very accurate with it. And when I start studying 13 signs and I become accurate with it, I'll introduce that. But a lot of you who want to study 13 sign astrology and you don't even have your basics in 12, why would you do that? Why you want to play in the orchestra and you can't even play scales? You don't even know how to hold the mic right yet. Come on now. Okay. Stop reading things and it making you be disturbing. Did you read all of it? Okay. Shure says, wow, I have North Node in Virgo and South Node in Pisces. Girl, we can talk all day because I'm just the opposite. I have North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo. I'm going where you're going. Me and you are like ships passing in the night. You ain't called me yet? Keep on here. It's the people that you pass by in the night that's got the answers to be like, man, look out. You know, when you're on the highway and the trucks are passing, they're on the radio and they're saying, breaker 19, what's it looking like behind you? Oh man, it's clear over there. Go ahead, put the pedal to the metal. Okay, you better slow down because the Smokies is behind me. The cops is like 1 mile. Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. All right, see you later. And he drives off real fast and he slows down because he doesn't want to get a ticket. He speeds up. So you better communicate with these people like this when you get in this group. All right? Y'all better start putting some. I'm on Facebook. This is my link, man. Link me. Put me in the astrology club group. Oh, you know what? Let me give y'all the link to the astrology club. Tell him when Rod gets there, if he sends you a message, just tell him I sent you. There are a lot of astrology groups that I'm a part of, but I just don't recommend all of them until you get your basics. That's just me. So, oh, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it right up here at the top in the sticky. Bam. Okay. Next question. Scorpio in the third house for me, with the Sun, Neptune, Mercury, Uranus, and Mars with the North Node in the first house, which is Virgo on the outer circle. So my question is, if the planets are not aligned with this particular house, does that matter? Somebody had their hand up too. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw somebody with their hand up. Michelle, what a nice long question. You want a reading, don't you? Want a mini reading? Is your camera on? Scorpio in the third house for me, with the Sun, Neptune, Mercury, Uranus, and Mars with the North Node in the first house. I don't know necessarily what does that mean. What do you mean? So my question is, if the planets are not aligned with their respective house, does that matter? No, a teacher can teach in any house. Just because it rules that house does not mean it's always going to be in that house. All right? That just means it's more comfortable in that house. But you'll be able to see where certain houses are. You're seeing like what are the different energies of a planet in a house. So just go look it up. Go look up, like just type it in, the planet in the house. Just go over to Google. What'd you say you had? Scorpio on the third house. So I would just go over here. Scorpio, third house. Scorpio in the third house. If you want a video, look at that. Scorpio in the third house cusp. You only getting the top one. Scorpio in the third house. There's more web articles. Scorpio in the third. Or you could say Scorpio ruling third house. The third house, all about you. Like it's so many articles that you could look up. Oh, my fault. I wasn't sharing the screen again. I apologize. I just typed in Scorpio ruling the third house, or you could just type in Scorpio third house. You have all of these articles. You go to the video, Scorpio third house cusp. What does it mean when you have Chiron and your South Node in the fifth house? Andrea, did you Google it? That means you have two teachers in the fifth house. Chiron is the wounded healer. South Node is your karmic past. Fifth house is the house of children, fun, and joy. Casual sex. When you start to really look at these things and just use these keywords, you're going to and start being honest with your past. So, you asked me to, so I'm about to get a little blunt here. I don't know what sign your fifth house is, but if you Chiron is something, of course we know it's something that happened in your childhood, but it's something about your willpower, and maybe somebody was like blocking your shine or hating on you when you was a child. And the South Node is you may be getting caught up. It's going to read just like South Node in Leo, which is going to read like North Node in Aquarius. You're going to get many different interpretations. That's one of the things I keep wanting to express by going to Google. There's no one silver bullet. I said I've been studying one chart, mine, since Thanksgiving of 2001. This is the same chart. I've been studying the same chart. What's that? I've been studying the same chart since Thanksgiving of 2001, whatever that was, whatever it was, November the 24th or whatever it was. I've been studying the same charts and getting more information, all types of, I've gotten readings, I've studied, and I keep looking at it, and it keeps unfolding like an onion. All right. So if the planets are teachers, they determine the style in which you experience each house. No, that's a good question, Kat, but that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, the style and the experience is determined by the sign. It's determined by the sign. If you can you give me some examples of one of the planets through the houses? Oh, I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that. Laura says she wants one of these. She wants one of these. The charts, the 3D astrology board. I got you. If you want into the Cosmophysics room, I've already posted that. Reset, post, display. That link is for the 3D astrology board at the top. Bald-headed white dudes. And that's the facts. Is there a name for having 5 planets in the house? Yes, stellium. I'm getting ready to come to you, Raymond. That's called a stellium. Coach, where can we get those astrology boards, the one you keep holding up? Bing. Okay, so, and Raymond, if you have 5 planets in the house, or if your children have 5 planets in the house, it really, like, that person is really intense, but you have to know like what that house is and what that sign is, because the sign is going to dictate the experience, okay? So that's why you got to come back tomorrow. Y'all trying to make me rush into that. We're not doing a 4-hour class tonight. We're almost done. We're almost done. So next is Kat's questions. Can you give me an example of one of the planets through the houses? Boom, 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 boom. Here comes the board. I think this is what you mean right here, Kat. So let me see what I got. Here's the sun. We're just going to start with the sun and its vitality. I shine light. So if I take the sun and put him in the first house, boom. I put the sun in the first house, that means he shines light and vitality in my personality. People see me, I brighten up people's day when I come around. Somebody brightens up your day, they probably have the sun in the first house. They may have a big face too, because this is a physical characteristic. And they got a big heart. This person is mad courageous. This person is brave. If I take the sun and put it in the second house, the sun in the second house means I'm all about my values and my money. This person has money flowing through their fingers. They can make it. They're concentrating. Now listen, if you have the wrong birth time, the chart that you're looking at may not, will be inaccurate, because the wrong birth time will switch it, and you may be looking at the 11th house or the 12th house, and you may think the sun is in the 12th. You may think the sun is in the 12th house and the sun is actually in the second. Very important. That's why you need to sign up for that course, so you can learn how do I determine what's my correct rising sign. All right. Next, the sun is in the third house. Boy, this person can talk. This person here can talk it up. I mean, they light up the conversation. This person is one of the great debaters. And this person can write. Whoa, this person may make money writing books too. Oh my goodness. Sun in the third house. Oh, wait a minute. I want to use the one that's got a better color to it. Yeah. Okay, how's that? Sun in the third house. Oh yeah. Sun in the third house is, this person is chopping it up. They love writing. They love their brothers, and this person may take care of their brothers and sisters because that's vitality. They're bringing life to their family, their family members. This person could drive a cab too because that's short trips. That's the third house. Next, Sun in the fourth house. Oh, this person could be in the real estate. Strong family ties to their household, like family reunions. Like family reunions means a lot to this person. Family means a lot to this person. Anthony, I went over Sun in the first house. I said that person brightens up the party, lightens it up. We're on the fourth house now. That's the personality. Everybody sees that person, they're all over them. Sun in the fourth house could be real estate, home-based business. This person likes to work. This person likes to work from home, or this person throws a lot of house parties. You grew up, somebody throwing a lot of house parties. Sun in the fourth. Oh shucks, now Sun in the fifth. His natural home. He just is happy right here because he's like, I'm at home, and at home you can do what you want to do at home, right? Yeah. I'm trying to get the angle right to get the glare off of it. My apologies. Wow. So Sun in the fifth house, man, this person is a leader. This Leo, I mean, they don't even have to be a leader, but this person is like really, really, really in charge. They want to be the boss. Everybody wants to have sex with this person. This person has a lot of stamina too when it comes to sex. Or when it comes to doing anything, this person will not be outworked. This person just got a lot of heart. You just be like, man, he just won't quit. That's this person right here. Like really, really, really vital person. This person could have long hair, dreadlocks, long hair, whatever your nationality is or whatever. Could have a fixation with long hair. Boom. Sixth house. Sixth house is all about work. This person doesn't get sick. So they got vitality in the house of health. So this person is not getting sick. Oh man, whatever they charge you, you're gonna pay. And I'm glad my chart is like it is, but I would love to have a manager, an Aquarius manager with the Sun or Jupiter in the sixth house. Because when they raise the price, you still have to pay it. Like they don't have to do any discounts or anything. Because this house is occupied. It's occupied by the Sun. So I'm giving life. This person will never be, if they leave a job, they always can get a job, man. Always. It's easy for this person to get work. Okay, I got to switch over now because I got the board set up like that. So now we are looking at the Sun in the seventh house. This person has got to be in a relationship. Oh man. If there's a book on relationships, this person, especially if they study astrology, they got that anything that has something to do with relationships, they got it. They picked it up, astrology and relationships. This person is really romantic. This person is always in their head about relationships too. Boy, that's not a bad thing, but they have to be like, this person could be a real debater in a relationship and always asking questions. This person is a sharp dresser though. Oh my goodness. And when they get into a relationship, they're serious about a relationship. Unless they have other planets in the houses. I'm just doing like one planet at a time. If there's two planets in the house, I have to say what both planets are doing and just use my common sense and just open it up and be like, okay, what does Mars do in the seventh? What does the Sun do in the seventh? And that means just type it in, Sun in the seventh house. This is really literal. Sun in the seventh house. I'm typing this in Google, Sun, seventh house. Simple. Bam. Next, Sun in the eighth house. This person is a good partner for business. This person has a strong sex drive as well. Their desires. This person could be into the occult, magic, rituals. Let me get it closer so y'all can see. This person could definitely, because the eighth house is the house of the occult. This person could be a doctor or a surgeon, like to cut you open. This person could be a police chief. This person could be a bad guy. This person could be a gangster too. So don't look and say, oh, my child is just a bad person because I done bailed him out of jail 3 times. Look at his chart. Does he have the sun in the 8th house? He might be a thug, like the one they're talking about on TV. I don't say thug for all black people. I ain't with that. But if you got the sun in the 8th house, you could be a thug. And you could use that constructively, because thug doesn't have to be a bad word. All right? You could use that constructively. Please don't ask me, say, well, how do you do that? All right. Next is sun in the 9th house. And sun in the 9th house, you're the teacher. That's me. Kair has the sun in the 9th house. That's what I do. That's my natural position, is the 9th house. Anthony, I'll get to that in just a second. The sun in the 9th house is the teacher. This is, I bring vitality to the way that I teach. All right? I bring vitality to the way I teach. People say they love hearing me teach because I break it down from high level to high level. That's all I'm doing. I'm just playing my numbers. Where's my sun at? Not even whether it's in this, don't worry about what sign it's in. Just the sun in the 9th house tells me what my job is. A lot of y'all are saying, what kind of career should I be looking at? Are you looking at what house the sun is in? All right. I'm going to be accepted as a teacher because I shine light wherever I go. Some of you ever been to a classroom and the teacher's just boring as all get out? They don't have the sun. They just collecting a check. That's it. That's all. Now we roll it back around to the 10th house. Sun in the 10th house. Boy, this person's popular. This person is really, really popular because the 10th house is the house of fame. So, like, people always come at this person with deals. This person would really do well in multi-level marketing. I'm not interested. Don't recruit me. But if you got the house in the 10th house, you're supposed to be a public speaker. You're supposed to be on stage. You're supposed to be opening acts, telling jokes, whatever. Make money off your fame. This ain't the position to start saying, I'm just going to be humble. Like, you're a leader. All eyes on that Tupac. All eyes on me. That's serious. Sun in the 1st house, sun in the 10th house, all eyes on me. That's it. Oh, and this person's a crazy hard worker too. Because the 10th house, that's a house of utilizing and work. Next is the 11th house. Sun in the 11th house. Sun in the 11th house is, this person knows everything. This person has a crazy library. This person loves to study astrology. This person, and it doesn't matter whether it's Aries, Gemini, Aries, Gemini, Taurus, Cancer. We're just talking about the sun in the house. See how we're putting it together? Do one thing at a time. Like Jay-Z said, finish your breakfast first. Just do the house, just do the planets in the houses. Like, for instance, here we see I have Venus in the 10th. So I'm known for relationships. I'm going to be in relationships, and I have Mars in the 10th, which is getting it started, initiating things. I'm famous for leading. I'm a leader. Mars in the 10th. People say I'm a motivator, a crowd motivator. That's Mars in the 10th. Okay? So just how you read that, Mars in the 10th house. See that? Just Google it, just like that. Mars in the 10th. Bam. So we went over sun in the 11th house. Oh man, you're president of organizations too. Because remember, I'm the president, I'm the head cheese. 11th house is organizations. 12th house, bam. Oh boy. You keep some secrets or you tell them. But you also could write movies. Oh my goodness. The low end of this energy is you're a terrible liar. Or my fault, you lie too good. I mean, they believe whatever. If you're a really good liar and you know somebody who's a really good liar, get them to write some movies and y'all make some money together. You don't have to hang around with them and borrow money, but tell them, point them in the right direction. That's on the low vibration. If you have a child and they have sun in the 12th house, your child could be a seer. He's already enlightened. He's here to transform everybody that he comes in contact with, because the 12th house is the house of transformation. Big shouts out to my man Ample. He loves the 12th house. It's got so much information in it. Somebody was asking, oh my God, I had all these things. Just because I said jail and prison is in the 12th house, those are lower vibrations. Enlightenment is in the 12th house. The Akashic Records is in the 12th house. Meditation is in the 12th house. Spirituality is in the 12th house. All of those things. So if you put the sun in there, ask yourself, you should only be concerned if you're at the lower vibration. It doesn't cost anything to change your mind. Watch this. I like to use these as an example. See these? Watch this. Watch how easy it is for me to change positions. Just switch them. That's it. Just switch it. If you got one thing going on, switch it to the other side. Just change it. Oh, man. I was talking to somebody today, and they said, man, I'm not comfortable with that. Guess what I told them? I don't care. Not even a little bit. Because everything you want is right outside your comfort zone. If you heard what I said, type that in the chat room right now. Everything you want is right outside your comfort zone. Let me see who's paying attention tonight. Everything you want is right outside your comfort zone. I need engagement. Okay. Nita, you said, where can we get those boards, the one you keep holding up? Look up at the top of the page. I got the link right there. My whole chart is very spiritual. That's my purpose for this lifetime. No, that's not your destiny. Slow down. Where's the North Node? One thing at a time, okay? One thing at a time. But yeah, your life is spiritual, but you got to manifest something on the earth plane too after you come out of the 12th house. Did you explain why? Thank you, Anthony. Everything we want is right outside of our comfort zone. Anthony said, did you ever explain why we use the city we actually live in as far as our chart? Because that's where I want the actual place. I want the rising sign. I want all the exact digits for where I stay. So let's go look at a chart and watch how it changes if you don't. Once again, let me share the screen. Also, I want to, hold on, before I do that, I need to take a poll. And I need to see, is anybody feeling me yet? I want y'all to put a dollar amount on this. Like, how do you feel tonight? Has this been helpful? I want to know what's the dollar amount that you're putting on this. Tell me right now while the iron is hot. While I pull up this other chart. I'm going to Astro. That wasn't what I was looking for. Hey, but you find things like that too, like by mistake. Oh, there's the calendar. Wait. You see that? You see that? I need that calendar. Moon phase poster for 2015. I've been looking for you. $4.99. I'll be right back. This is one that goes on the wall too. I gotta open up another tab. Keeping that. And see, we start looking for things. That's how I find things too, by accident. All right. Astro.com. My chart is already in here. So I'm just gonna log in. Look, Coach has like 5 accounts. All of them have almost 100. Like every time I fill up one, I have to get a new email address and put in and just fill them up. Like this one doesn't have 100 yet. Is Floyd Mayweather in here? No. I got him, but he's just not in here. So Kaya Love. Go to extended chart selection. I look at the natal wheel. I switch it over to equal. I put true node. Show me the chart. Now watch this. See this? See Venus and Mars in the 10th. And I got Atlanta, Georgia because I stay in Atlanta, Georgia. Because the energy is hitting me every day. I don't stay in DC, but I was born in DC. So look at this. Look at the ascendant. 14 degrees. Remember that now. Now I'm going to edit it and change it to Washington, D.C. You can see right here it says 14 degrees. That's the rising sign. Sun in Taurus, moon in Libra, ascendant is 14 degrees Virgo. So I'm going to change it to Washington, D.C. Let's see what happens. Washington, D.C. Changed it 7 degrees to 21 degrees Virgo. Look at that. So when I stay in DC, my Mars is in the 9th house, but I don't stay in DC. I'm not looking for an interpretation. Like I'm showing you how to upgrade the system. They haven't made a software yet that asks you where you stay. You don't, so what? You use it. You put in where you stay so you can find out. I'm not 21 degrees because I don't stay in DC. I stay in Atlanta. And if I wanted to move somewhere else, let's say I wanted to move to California before I move. Sometimes y'all like, oh man, what about this move? What if I move to this city? Well, look, put the city in there. Let me see if I put Los Angeles in here, what happens? No. You know what? There's a lot of money being made out there in Denver. Let me see if I move to Denver, what happens? 22 degrees Virgo. Okay, so I'm gonna have Mars. Okay. Now I know what kind of job I'm looking for. Kind of aggressive. The relationships, I know I'm gonna have okay relationships. I'm gonna be really popular because I got relationships is the highest thing in my chart. You also want to see what is the highest planet closest to the top of the chart. Is everybody following that? Well, who's at the top of the chart? That's important. Who's closest now to my ascendant? 22 degrees and 55 minutes. Let's look at Los Angeles. That was an excellent question, by the way. Los Angeles, California. "24 degrees. Boy, Venus is directly on right there by the midhaven. Like it's right at 12 o'clock. Boy. Ooh, I want a crib in LA too. This is my first time even looking at this myself. So it changes. It changed 10 degrees. Now let's put it back to Atlanta because this is where I stay. Oh, wait. I'm about to go to Florida. Let's just say I moved to Miami. I'm not moving to Miami, everybody. So everybody relax. Hit that. Bam. 17 degrees is my ascendant now in Miami. Very similar to my chart in Atlanta. If you insist, especially like if you were born in Puerto Rico and you stay in the UK, why are you using Puerto Rico? Or if you were born in Nigeria but you stay in Los Angeles, you're not getting an accurate reading. Because you don't stay in Nigeria. Somebody was the other day was like, was born overseas and such and such. Are you on the way back? No. Well, let's stick to what we're doing. Hope that answered the question. All righty. So, let me check the chat room. If we are using the place we actually live opposed to the place of birth when pulling up natal chart, will we also need to change the birth time? No, because there are different time zones. For instance, if I were born 12 a.m. Eastern, that would be 9 p.m. Pacific. If I now live on the West Coast, no, same time. Just leave it the same time. Don't change the time. Leave it there. Because it's still, the time is still got to be verified. Oh, True says she has no planets in the earth signs. See, she's studying. Yay. Guess what? I don't have any planets in the fire sign. So when I meet fire people, I love them because I need them to bring that element to me. I see you over. Oh, you want me to try Toronto? I know that's right. Me too. Did everybody get the where you can find the the chart at? Thank you all for saying, hey, this is how much I think that the poll is worth. But check it out. I hope everybody's got their curriculum. I also want to let people know that Coach Khayr, if this is just like the doors of the church, if you feel that this free class had some value to you and it added some worth to your life, I accept contributions to the cause. And you are more than welcome, and I am humbled and grateful if you would like to make a donation to keeping this thing moving of what I'm doing, right? Like to help my ministries. Because like this is what I want to do is teach, and understanding that support, it just gives me more encouragement. I just feel like everybody should have the opportunity to give. Somebody fussed me out the other day and said, I didn't have any way to give you a donation. So I took care of that. Falona has a question. She said, where you live can have a positive or negative effect on your life. No, we don't use positive or negative. Positive and negative is a battery. Is this what you're talking about? A positive effect for this battery? Is that what you mean? Because this is the negative side, and this isn't bad, okay? You see that? See the little symbol there? It says positive. See that? Then on the other end, well, the other end is the opposite of that. It's negative. Please stop using the words positive and negative in astrology, all right? You can use agreeable and disagreeable. I don't use negative. I gave this example earlier. Negative is receptive, and positive is action. Negative is water, and positive is fire. The penis is positive, and the vagina is negative. But there's nothing wrong with the vagina. It's a wonderful place. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Whew. Shouts out to the vagina. That's where I come from. Amen. I love going back home. Now, because women are magnets. But when you sit there and say, oh, this person's so negative, you're the one giving the word the definition and giving it that energy. So why would you do that? So we don't use the word negative. Now, you can stay somewhere where it's more advantageous. So I don't want to say I'm showing off, but I do this sometimes too. It's called cartography. And this course, we're definitely not about teaching. I'm not teaching this tonight. I'm just going to show you quick special charts. Just going to do North America. Click here to show the chart. You see how these lines are running through? You see how they're running through the chart? So Mars runs through the East Coast for me. I was born in DC, so I know if I go back to if I visit DC, I'm on my Mars energy. I'm gonna learn some lessons, some actions. I also want to be careful not to get no arguments and no fights. But the further north I go, I'm more on my Mars line, and it's cold. What's that? Buffalo, New York, Philly, New York. That's why I like it down here in the South. Atlanta is the closest city right here. Atlanta's the closest city between at my Mars line, and this is my south node. So I'm in between Mars and my south node. Advantageous. I like going to the West Coast. Look at Jupiter and how it displays how I have this Jupiter line coming down the West Coast. So big things popping on the West Coast. Here's my Saturn line comes right through Las Vegas. Man, I had a girlfriend I was just in love with, and she broke my heart. Now she don't even answer the phone. I'm still trying to be friends with her. She came, like even when she came to visit, it's like things from those towns. Be careful of your Saturn lines. So Salt Lake City, I had a bad experience there. I can go to Vegas, but I don't stay long. You know what? The last time I was in Vegas, I had a good time with Dr. Gibson, but I had somebody I did a reading for. They act like they didn't want to pay me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be setting up shop in Vegas. I'll visit for a little while, but And the sun, here's the vitality. What's that? Odessa, Texas, central United States, or Mexico. And maybe I can come down through Mexico and I can chill down here, but And Venus, I'm sorry, I can't get with that. It's far too cold in that part of Canada for me. So let's change and look at somebody else's chart. Oh man, we gotta look at somebody. So do you remember the Greensboro 4? So Jabril, ooh, look at Jabril's chart. Oh my goodness. This is one of the brothers who sat down at the Greensboro at the Woolworth counter for civil rights. So if he was to ask me like, what's a good place for me to move? I want him to move here, like San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Fort Worth, Dallas, on his Jupiter line. He needs to get out of that town. Look at his Saturn line is running. So he's not close to his Saturn line because he stays up here. But his Mars line is up here. His sun and Mars vitality. No, but he's like way up here. He's in Massachusetts. So that's a Mercury. Oh, and he's always talking. But if I want him to be around some money, which I do as an older person, and he's a legend, and I want him to finish his life much better than he started, like I would say if I win the lottery, I want to move him and his whole family to Texas. Or Venus, Phoenix or Flagstaff. I would move him out here. It would be a lot more comfortable. I would not put him on the West Coast at all. See how Saturn is coming down through there? I wouldn't do it. You also can look at like the whole world. I don't want to be boring y'all. I'm about to let y'all go. North America, South America. Is this the whole world? So that's why yeah. So that's what that looks like. And no, don't say, do mine, Kair. Nope, I'm not. Okay, higher and lower vibrations. Yes, Pamela. And Pamela, we're going to talk tomorrow, I promise. Some people, if I haven't talked to you, it's not that I'm not avoiding you. I'm having to get my schedule together. And I got a lot of things going on, but I'm calling whoever's left tomorrow. I got you. If you have signed up for Moon Magic, please like send me an email and shoot me your number. I'll find it, or I'll send you an email and I'll be like, hey. So before you all go, I also want to let you know that if you are interested in my Moon Magic program that starts on Monday, you can sign up anytime you want between now and the 13th. The 13th is the last day, and you can use the Keep 50 coupon code and take $50 off, and you can join Moon Magic and like pick one of the things from your chart. All of you have been like looking at, oh, this is a conflict, or I'm struggling with this, or how do you turn it around and get positive vibrations, and how do you strategically, go into that? Anyone who's in my Moon Magic program who asks me about their astrology chart, I answer because they're private members. They're invested, okay? They've already said, I want to be a part of what you're doing. Help me. You got email access to me. You talk to me. You have to. You get 8 emails from me, and you have to send me at least 3 emails that month. Then you also have to do your homework, and then you can just send me an email. I have a box in the bottom, in the bottom of the room. Watch this. Let me show you something. Hold on. Hold on to your love. The music is about to start playing because it plays as soon as it comes on, because I have audio on that's like, as soon as you come on, you need to be listening to the audio. Oh, there we go. I know y'all were like, what was that? All right. When you come into the private area and you scroll all the way down, you watch the videos, see the sun cycle, and then you get down here. This is where you submit your goals. My goals for this cycle. Only I see what you type. The goals are written in 2-sentence format. These are our members who are in the program. Some people register, some people don't, but this is where we have our chat areas. And then here's my definite purpose, coach. You put your definite purpose in. But then here's the box where I get all kinds of traffic. Coach, I need to holler at you. And they type a message in, put their phone number in, put their email, and what is concerning. And these are my priority people. This is my VIP family section. Coach, I need to holler at you. Type it in this box. It comes straight to my email. I get it on my phone. I can see the phone number. I can call you right then. But guess what? I don't have one of these boxes anywhere but for my VIPs, my people who in my Moon Magic. These are some of the tools that you need. I'm giving away the meditation, the outwitting the devil. I give that away. It's so much. Oh man, here are your crystals. They're not mandatory, but I do highly suggest them. So you know what crystals you're supposed to be using. And you look, the last day, the new cycle starts on the 9th. No, the new cycle starts on the 11th. That's the typo. That was on me. My apologies. So, are there any other questions? And would anyone like to come in and give me some feedback? I'd like to hear what you all feel about the class tonight, even though y'all kept me for 2 hours again. Is all of this making sense? And would you recommend this class to someone else? Okay, so tonight we covered all of the planets. We covered what signs and what houses they are naturally home in. And then we walked around and we talked about how to read them in a house. Okay, I want to look at one more chart and just go through as an example. Circular chart equal. So we're going to read the planets in his houses. Jupiter in the 1st. Uranus in the 1st. I'm sorry, Saturn in the 1st, Uranus in the 1st. Jupiter at 21 degrees in the 2nd. Pluto at 5 degrees in the 4th. Chiron in the 4th. North Node in the 5th. What's that, 28 degrees? So the blue line is still right there. Neptune in the 5th. Here's the key right here. There's Neptune. It says 28 degrees Virgo. So there's Neptune in the 5th house, Moon in the 6th house, Sun in the 6th house, Mercury in the 7th house, Venus in the 8th house, Mars in the 12th house. MC is the midheaven, and it is not a planet. And this is a beginner course. We're not going over midheavens and descendants and things like that. You're getting just the basics. If you want to cover midheaven, that's going to be in the astrology course starting on May the 23rd. So you notice we're reading in Mars in the 2nd, Saturn in the 1st. Tomorrow I'll talk about reading out. Mars in Aries, Saturn in Taurus, Neptune in Taurus, Jupiter in Gemini. That's what we'll be going over tomorrow, the signs. All righty. Can I get y'all to share this at the bottom of the page? I want you to share this on your social medias, pretty please. I would so appreciate that. Marcia says, valuable information, priceless. I appreciate that. Okay, so at the bottom of the screen, you also have your share buttons for Twitter or for Facebook. Please, I learned about the planets tonight. That's it. Just a little buzz. I learned about the planets tonight. I got one more class, www.coachkwebinars.info. I learned about my planets tonight and how they teach me, period. Tomorrow I'm learning about the signs, www.coachkwebinars.info if you'd like to join. I'd appreciate that. Oh, you all are the bestesses. If you would like to have an astrological reading and join Moon Magic, I have an offer for $51 off. That is normally $200. And now you can have the astrological reading as well as the course for less than the cost of the normal astrological reading by itself. Some people say, well, why didn't you just charge us if you give us the astrological reading, I'll throw Moon Magic in for free. I don't know. This is what came to me first. I'm trying to make it as affordable and realistic to people as possible. So, and when you really want something, you really want to change in your life, then you make things happen. So you can use this offer for $51 off. So instead of $200, it'll only be $149. You get a 2-hour reading with me, well, the minimum 2 hours. Today I was on a little longer than that. Big shouts out to the person who got a reading today. Move out of here, mosquito. Get out. Get out. And you also get 1 month of Moon Magic. I think somebody says you're giving away the farm. It's okay. I believe in what I'm doing, and I believe in you, and I want to help as many people as possible. All right? Sometimes you're like, I just want to see what's going on. Who is this request? Somebody has a camera? Uh-oh. Let's bring you on in. Let's see if this is Katie. She has a camera. This is going to be fun. This is my first guest on my webinar. Did she take her hand down? Oh. Okay, well, I thought she was being bold and saying I'm in. It's all right. All right, everyone. I'm going to say good night and peace. I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got action. Hi.
Am I on? Hold on, I can't see.
You are. You're live and direct with Coach Kaid. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I can't see you right now.
It's okay. We can see you. Don't worry. Just tell me what's up. What's up? Why'd you raise your hand? What you got for me tonight?
I'm going through something very specific right now. I got offered a very big contract, but the money is not where it needs to be in the contract as well. I just don't know where to go. I'm just at a weird place where I'm not sure what moves to make next. I feel like everything that I decide to do right now at this point in my life is crucial. Now, looking at my chart from what you have taught me and what I have self-analyzed, money is not going to be an issue for me for too long. That's the understanding that I'm getting. That because I have Venus in my second house. I'll tell you exactly where. Hold on. I have Venus in my second house in Taurus. And then opposite of that, which is the 8th house, I have Jupiter and the moon in Scorpio.
Woo-hoo! Whoa!
Yes. My true node is in the 9th house. Yes, in the 9th house.
In Sagittarius.
In Sagittarius.
So we start there. Let's start there before we look at the money, because we got to look at the spiritual destiny and what are the personal poisons. What's holding you up from getting the money, honey? You should already have money. Everybody should just say, look, I want money, and I want the money to come to me, but something is blocking you. And there's something in the South Node, which is in Gemini. So when you're gonna you're gonna type up South Node in Gemini, and you're gonna look and you're saying, wait a minute, so that's something that you've already mastered in past lives. So it may not be for you to be so communicative. This lifetime, it's something all about the Sagittarian energy, like moving around, being the teacher, being in the spotlight, being expansive. And you're saying, here comes a big contract. Is it going to help you expand in what you're doing? And sometimes you have to realize, like swinging on the monkey bars. When you're swinging on the monkey bars, one thing will lead you to the other, and then to the other. You don't look like you're like a day over, 31. So like, why do you have to have all the money right now? You see what I'm saying? So
well, no. Well, I'm trying. So it's about to be Saturn return. What I forget what it's called.
Saturn return.
Yeah. So it's just a lot. Like this move that I make can either, I feel like it could make me or break me almost. Like it's just a lot of things that I'm trying to balance out. I'm trying to balance out my money life and my spiritual life. I'm trying to make my spiritual life bring me money, but the opportunities that are being presented to me, it's like I have to make a choice. Like which road do I want to go? I don't know. It's a lot.
How much?
Figure it out.
How much? No. First off, Proverbs 3:5. What does Proverbs 3:5 say?
I don't know.
It says, lean not on your own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did I show you all yesterday? I said that J.P. Morgan said billionaires use astrology, not millionaires. So don't try to figure it out by yourself. You're doing good by saying, I want to learn how to read my chart. What's going on? Let me look at it. But what's the next move? So now we start to talk about transiting planets, not just the planet that we're looking at on the inside of the circle is what we call your natal promise. Write that down. That's your natal promise. It's what's promised to you. But the transiting charts is like, so you have all of that going on in Scorpio. So on Sunday, there was a full moon in Scorpio. So that full moon opened up your eyes to your spiritual destiny. It was like, hey, I'm giving your spiritual destiny full moon energy. So what were you doing Sunday? Was there something Sunday that you had some kind of revelation, maybe like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, those 3 days? What was going on?
I was doing a lot of the analyzing for my chart. I I've also been like binge meditating, and I've been writing a lot in my journal. Um, I've been walking through nature a lot.
Okay.
It's just little things like that. It's like real subtle, but I guess I'm just looking for clues. So I'm just been very quiet and calm and just real observant of like everything that's coming across my path.
Right. So check it. So check it. Let me just do it like this. Boom, 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 boom. Why not a little clarity? What's wrong with a little clarity? How about
Well,
and get this
I do magic with the moon on my own.
right. But what? So tell me about the 8 phases. Do you know what to do with all 8 phases of the moon, or how many phases do you use with your magic?
Well, I always start in the new moon, and usually in the new moon, I use it to plant my intentions, what I want to manifest within 28 days. So,
If you use the new moon, you are already 7 days late.
oh,
You
okay.
you plant 3 days and 4 days prior to the new moon. The new moon is not the moon to plant on. The new moon is the moon to clear things out of your path. If that's a time when we do our Ganesha rituals. Lord Ganesha removes heavy obstacles. The new moon is when you're supposed to be dumping the things that are hindering you from what you want. So if you're 3 days off, you got the right intentions, you're doing the right things, but you're missing when the moon is actually saying, I want you to plant inside of me and meditate inside of me. That's what moon magic is, that precise. It's just like if you're ovulating, you're not ovulating 30 days out of the month. You're only ovulating, the egg is only in there for a little while. If the sperm doesn't come and meet it when you're ovulating, then it passes and the sperm come and there's no pregnancy. So a lot of women are like, why can't I get pregnant? It's because the sperm is missing the egg. When you do it 3 days before, you're getting the universe pregnant. You have to plant 3 to 4 days before the new moon. I'm giving, that's not a trade secret, but a lot of people, they only use just those 2 moons. They use the new moon and then they use the full moon. Yeah, but what are the steps that you do to push it along? Like even in a pregnancy, you have 3 trimesters, right? So if you get pregnant, how many times you're gonna go to the doctor? You're gonna keep on checking in with the doctor. So the doctor's gonna check back in with you and say, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? So that's the same thing you get with moon magic. You check in with me 8 times, 8 times, and then you get what you want. And then I give you a ritual, 8 different rituals to use with the moon. Instead of now, you just got one ritual. And this, I believe in using and being an unashamed opportunist. You said you got a big contract coming up. I don't know if it's 4 figures, 5 figures, or 6 figures. It don't matter. I believe in using as many rituals in a systemized scientific way to get what I got, to get what I want. That's how you close the deal. That's what you do. And you use it to your advantage and you keep it to yourself. See, like the people who you're doing the contract with, they're not on here. They don't know you're talking to an astrologer. Yeah, I like this. So if you want to go over it and you want to talk about it like in private, that's fine too. You know, we can link up. But I guess we just have to like, if it just depends on how you feel about it too. What's your sun sign? Oh, she froze up. Oh, wave your hand in front of, if you can hear me, like your signal went out. Can you hear me? Oh, she went away. Well, I hope she comes back. Sometimes it's the, and Falona, I don't know if that's her from Black Ink Crew. I don't, I don't have a television. Shh, you're trying to embarrass me. I don't know. But if it is, hi. And Kathy, if you're still in the room, please, we want you to come back. Jason is in the room too. So I got 2 requests, and I'm trying to convert you all over to bring you in tonight. And y'all know I'm trying to go to bed. At least I'm trying to get off the phone and go mastermind on some more stuff. I'm trying. I'm doing all I can to like bring y'all into the room. Maybe if I close some of these windows down, right? All right. See if we can do that. Oh, that looping. Okay. I was waiting to see if Kathy was going to come back or if Jason was going to get on. And I don't see. Maybe they got kicked off. So I just sent Jason an invite. And I'm looking to see if Kathy is still in the room. Oh, there's Adrian. Adrian.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good.
That's all you got? You just good? Yes.
I'm doing really good.
Yay. I'm glad you could join me tonight. What's happening with you? What you doing over there?
Nothing, studying.
All right.
My book done fell apart. So I gotta number my pages and keep everything together.
Because Adrian is one of those people, everybody, where Adrian don't want to copy it into Word. She don't want to put it in, she's not interested in putting it in Microsoft Word so she can print it out. That's not what you want to do, is it?
No, I like to put things where I want it. I like to pick out things that I like.
Did you hear the tip that I told you that you use 10,000?
10,000 neurons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do it every day. Just about every day I do it.
So did you catch the whole webinar tonight?
Yes, I couldn't catch it Thursday because I was here at Toastmasters.
Okay.
And I thought about you today and last night, but I'll tell you about that on Sunday.
Okay. So what jewels did you pick up? Now Adrian's been studying with me for a little while, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't even know why she's on here, but I guess I will ask her and be like, why would you, who's already studying astrology, why would you come to this webinar and you already know, you get drilled about the planets. Why would you come watch this workshop, this webinar?
Because that's just more info for me. And you said things I didn't know anything about, like you do it the lines on the map of America, and know anything about that. So that was interesting, and that's about it. And I was just following along. I didn't know anything about the sun signs, the sun cycles. Didn't know anything about that. So that was interesting. And that's for the whole year. You do the sun cycles.
You didn't know about the sun cycles?
No, I didn't know anything about the sun cycles. You talked about the moon cycles, but I didn't know anything about the sun cycles.
You know I have that video in the Moon Magic members area at the bottom of the page, right? Waiting on you to hit play, right? Right there.
Yes, but I decided to go ahead and watch it when I got on here.
Okay, well.
Because I listen to the audios when I get on. That's the first thing I play in the morning at work. I loop those a few times in the morning, and then I go and just listen to whatever music I plan on listening to for the day, whether it be like smooth jazz or some hip hop chill, whatever, just to, keep me going through the day.
So you're listening to the Moon Magic audio. That means you like a Moon Magic aficionado?
Not quite, but I'm still learning. I'm getting it.
Okay, okay. What do you like about moon magic?
So far, I like the learning aspect,
Right.
and the only thing is I still have questions like on the clearing phase, because sometimes you may not have to poop in the morning, but you said that you can still, it's more like a mental dump as opposed to like something physically coming out your body.
Right, right, right,
So
right.
you can still do it.
And what about like, is it, do you think it's easy for you to follow as far as like just clicking on the email and you just be able to go right into the members area?
Yes, because now I can remember the days of the next cycle, the next part of the moon cycle, and I also keep it in my little notebook that I pack with me in my purse.
How many notebooks do you have?
I got that little one, and I got another one that I keep my minutes in, or whatever questions I want to ask you on Sunday when we have our session. And I keep this. I keep this in there. Well,
Uh-huh.
not in my purse, but I tote it with me.
Hold that up
So
again. Hold that up again so they can see what kind of weapons we use.
I keep this with me.
Mm.
I keep this, and
Yeah.
I've been reading and studying. So hopefully, I get to use these in the not so distant future.
You use them every day. Don't worry about that. We're using 48 laws of power and astrology. And Adrian is one of my Olympic Diamond clients. And I just am really happy that he comes over and supports me, and like still follows. But we meet and he's like really, really done a lot of growing. And she's taken to astrology like a fish to water, and I just really love how she applies it to so many of her sciences and the things that she wants to do. And I'm just excited about the success that she's had and the success that she is moving forward to. And it sticks. Like if I just leave the planet, which I'm not going anywhere, she will have like all those pages, and then she's have her personal, experience of how do we use it, because I don't give her anything that we don't see. Like how do we practically use it? Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So, you got anything else for me tonight? You got any other comments or questions, or you gonna let me check out and go get some rest?
Oh, you can check out and go get some rest. I'm not one to keep nobody from sleeping,
Okay, then.
because I'm going to find me some food. 'Cause I'm hungry again.
Me too. I had a good meal today too, so I'm gonna give me something to eat too. So, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Bye. Um. Okay. I'm still trying to get people. I love this system where I can just bring people in. I did not, mean to be on this long, but I like to also like see what kind of feedback I'm getting, because it helps me make my presentation stronger. And this is only my third webinar. There's a lot more to come, and I'm going to get better and better and better and better. And we're getting ready to there's a lot of things getting ready to happen. So I look forward to working with you all. Big shouts out to everyone who comes and gets the replay, all the way to the end. Big shouts out to you and you and you and you who come listen to the replay. Like, I'm really, really impressed by the statistics. Like, a lot of people came and listened to the replay from Sunday's course. And so we had a lot of people listening from today's course too. Jason, I'm trying to bring you on. I think everybody else, y'all just want to see who else is going to be on, right? I know. But if I can't get Jason on, like here in the next couple seconds, we're getting ready to be peace and Audi 5000. I'm going to let y'all run with this moon magic for the rest of the evening, and we're going to be out. Oh, you missed the last 20 minutes, Raymond? Woo! Well, there's a replay. Jace, I tried to get you, but look, everybody, I don't want to keep you. You know, we're going to peace out on the commercial. I got to pay some of these bills. I'll talk to you all tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, sharp. One love, everybody. Hope you got the meditation. I hope you got everything that you were supposed to get. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.